You're gonna get wet feet. Yep. Wow. What an amazing view. Today, we're at one of the strangest places in the United States, or perhaps the world.
What? You're the one that saw it.
You're the one who saw it with me, though.
Well, what we saw was...
Whoa, whoa. In last week's episode, we left you after we found this dispersed campsite off of the Nebo scenic loop just south of Salt Lake City, Utah. The next morning, we found a bonus hiking trail right where we were camping, so we decided to check it out before heading out. I don't think we're getting through that without getting wet shoes. Maybe over this way? On those rocks? I'd say this is it. I don't want you to get your shoes wet. You're gonna be crabby.
I got my other one.
Oh boy. You're gonna get wet feet. Yep. No doubt about it. That was not very graceful, but you got by. Water crossing mastered. Woohoo! Well, we're bound and determined to get our feet wet now. Forgot our hiking poles. Nicely done. Okay, Gary made it, but I didn't, so now I have squishy toes. But that's okay. I'm sure they'll dry quickly. The flowers, they're so cool. All the purple flowers. Wow, they're everywhere. But we are picking up crap on the way.
Oh yeah, I got it. People
Here.
idiots.
There's the can we saw. Oh. She be an old one. I think this is poison ivy. The whole leaves of 3 let it be seem to make sense. Hopefully we won't have any problems later. Because it's pretty much everywhere. It's the forest. Get the lizard chilling out. Oh, it is going fast. Although we did pick up a bit of trash along the way. It could have been worse, though. On the plus side, somebody left a whole bag of Cheetos. So Gary used them as fire starters last night. And did they work?
Oh, they worked awesome. They worked better than anything I've had. So,
So we're just going to have to buy Cheetos instead of fire starters.
but yep, our fire's out.
Yep. Oh, it's been out. So, yeah.
I put it out last night, a couple gallons of water from the creek. I have my collapsible bucket.
Aw, there you go.
So as a fashionable, it goes with my shirt, goes with my pants, goes with my underwear. So we're good to go.
It's important. What's the brand? We got it on Amazon.
It's
Luxtude Folding Bucket 20 liters.
yeah,
Yep.
it does really well.
So far, we haven't had it for long, though.
So I've used the silicone collapsible buckets. I'm going to try to spit all that out. And they seem to work okay, but they have a tendency to break after a while. So we'll give this a try. It's kind of like a big wet bag with an opening on the top. So
Yeah, should work.
it's out of the same material.
When we leave the camper on the truck during faster travel stints, getting ready is pretty quick and painless. Our walk around and checking of the area before leaving is really the majority of the time. But now, we're off to explore the Nebo Scenic Loop. Has the craziness that sandstone does. This always helps. And yes, by holding on the other side of the truck, I can actually change the balance of the truck to keep us on the mountain. That is what I'm doing right now. Wow. What an amazing view. Can we not go any further? Oh. We're not going any further. Oh. That is a bummer.
Now I've got to backtrack.
Yeah, we do. That's okay.
I'll bet it's closed because of snow.
Yeah. I mean, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump from the snow. On the plus side, we at least get to see the pretty purple flowers. Those are wow, those are really pretty. Lots of purple flowers. But no drive for you. Thinking about 8,500 feet up. I think we're pretty close. We may not have quite got to 8,500. Ooh, wow, look at that.
Wow, that's some bright red stuff, eh?
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
And we're at 83 right now, right? Because none of the dirt around us was the color it is.
What's that lion? The lion on Lion King. That reminds me of him. It's like hoodoos.
Yeah.
Very hoodoo-y. It is June 5th, but apparently that's still too early for the Nebo Loop. Gare, show us your sad face.
Can't drive any further in the mountains because of something up there.
Probably snow.
Yeah, it's either snow or they had a landslide or something.
Yeah. So, sad face for today. We have to backtrack.
A lot.
Yeah, quite a bit. And I got to come up with a plan now. Luckily, getting to the bottom of the Nebo Loop took some time, and I figured out our new planned adventure. But it's about 4 hours away on the very northeast side of Utah, so we have a bit of driving to do.
Take the next left onto East Emma Park Road, Curie Pass Road.
These long drives are pretty typical. Gary drives, and I'm searching for our next place to visit, a lunch location, or our next overnight stay. We try not to schedule more than a few days in advance, if that. A lot of our trips is simply enjoying the scenery with periodic conversations.
Snacks.
But this is where things went from relaxing to terrifying in an instant. I apologize in advance for the language, but I hope you can understand why in such a moment.
Whoa!
So in the near miss department while you're driving, thankful we made it through that one without having a scratch or a dent on the truck or us.
When this occurred, I think we were a little shell-shocked, honestly.
Yeah, it was pretty close because the guy actually moved the mirror on the truck. So it was that close.
This incident got me thinking, are there other things that we could do to better prepare ourselves if something like this actually would happen in the future? And one of the things I had immediately thought of was our Garmin. Our Garmin was in our camper at the time, and I didn't have it enabled. And actually, right after this incident, I ended up putting that back on. Now, granted, they're not really intended to help for car accidents, but in this situation there was no cell service, so having that as means of getting a hold of
And we're out on trails out in the middle of the forest, and if something should happen, we need a way to communicate with the outside world. So.
Right. But we didn't have that service on at the time, so I ended up going ahead and putting that back on. The second item was we added an FMCA membership. And I know that sounds kind of weird. I'm like, why would that have anything to do with this? But they have a program called FMCA Assist, and it's part of your $50 a year membership. And that is, if you ever get into an accident, they are going to help with transportation to the nearest hospital. They can help with dealing with your rig if need be. It would also help for the other person with you, their kind of transportation, among multiple other things. So we added this to our list of memberships specifically for that benefit, and is available anywhere in the world. And because we are full-timers, they will help us get to where we need based upon where we want to go. So I thought that was a really good thing and something that I wanted to share. Again, we're not affiliates with them at all, but it seemed like a really good option, especially for the price. So, but we're going to get off of this negativity here, and we're going to continue on the original trip. So we will see you there.
See ya.
Today, we're at one of the strangest places in the United States, or perhaps the world. We are at UFO Valley Campground in Utah. And what's so special about this campground? Well, it's in spitting distance of the infamous Skinwalker Ranch. What is Skinwalker Ranch, you might say?
We are on the cusp of discovering the secret of Skinwalker Ranch. The world is watching.
This season on The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yep, that Skinwalker Ranch. We're literally on the other side of the mesa from the ranch. That right there, the infamous mesa.
And it's a camper.
This area is known for strange phenomena. Strange lights in the sky, orbs appear and disappear, strange creatures, cattle mutilations, and so much more. If this is the type of strangeness that interests you, you may want to check this campground out. All right, boys and girls, we are going to tell you a true story tonight that happened to both Gary and me last night, right next to the Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. We're enjoying a fire tonight. We have been staying for the last 2 nights at the UFO Valley Campground here in Utah, and it is a hop, skip, and a jump from the infamous Skinwalker Ranch. If you haven't heard about Skinwalker Ranch, it is now part on the History Channel. They have a series. Go watch it. It's
like 5 seasons long, so it's...
Yeah. But Gary and I were out last night, kind of relaxing. It was a windy night, so we didn't have a fire like we do tonight. And we have cameras out, so why not, right? So I had my camera on the table, kind of like it is right now over there. Gary even updated our camera on our camper over there to watch the mesa. And that mesa goes quite far, way down to there, and Skinwalker Ranch is just over the mesa. We did take a tour today. All right, folks, we are out here doing a tour right near Skinwalker Ranch. This is the infamous circle that I did not know about. So I'll share a little bit of this. They are pretty particular about videotaping on Skinwalker Ranch, so unfortunately you're not going to see a lot of that. But you can see the circle here. This is the center of the circle. This was discovered by the folks on Skinwalker Ranch when they were flying drones and realized that this area looked a little strange, a little unnatural. This is the first time that we've done anything like this as part of a camping experience. I would say that we're open-minded, but generally skeptical, I would say.
Yeah, there's always a hidden
Generally, there's a reason for it. But I'm going to let Gary explain what we saw last night.
What? You're the one that saw it.
You're the one who saw it with me, though.
Well, what we saw was a bright light just over the edge of the mesa.
We were stargazing, of course. I mean, that's kind of what you do.
She was setting up her camera to stargaze.
Yes.
And she spotted a really bright light. I mean,
Round.
brighter than, most of the stars and an airplane. I mean, it was pretty bright.
But it didn't move.
But it didn't move. And it just kind of stayed there. In about probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes from us seeing it, it turned off.
It got super bright.
Yeah, super bright. And then it went dim and then just gone.
And then disappeared. So I saw it, and I immediately looked to Gary saying, "Did you just see that?"
Well, at first I told her it was the space station and it was time for bed and they turned off the lights.
That's a plausible explanation. But I guess that is our first experience in the unexplained. Apparently this happens fairly regularly here. So if you're interested, we will put the information on this campground in the description below. We're going to get back to our second day of watching our fire and the skies. We'll see you tomorrow.